In just under 2 days, Federal Nationals MP Andrew Broad has gone from the ministry to the backbench and soon from Parliament altogether. Succumbing to pressure over his offshore dating experience with a younger woman, Mr Broad will leave politics next year. His leader's been left to explain his handling of the saga, while Labor ignored the government's strife and wrapped up its election preparations at its national conference. From Adelaide, here's National Affairs correspondent Greg Jennett.
Bridge or bigger bridge, nothing will easily get the Nationals over troubled waters.
Christmas is the time for reflection.
And the Deputy Prime Minister's visit to Broadwater with questions about sugar babies would never be sweet.
These are not the sort of things that a leader wants to be focused on and wants to be facing down cameras.
Andrew Broad's Hong Kong rendezvous with a woman in her 20s, complete with glossy magazine coverage, had already cost him his frontbench job. But that only bought him 24 hours, and his Nationals leader demanded more.
I think he should consider his future. I do.
The two-term MP took the hint and within hours issued a statement saying he'd walk away at next year's election. It's clear that the people of Mallee will be best served in the next Parliament by a different Nationals candidate, admitting to voters, "I've done my best, but I've also let them down." Along the way, Michael McCormack had managed to trip himself up on the details. Had Andrew Broad told him of his Asian antics a couple of weeks ago, or almost 6, when police were first asked to look into them?
I thought it was a couple of weeks ago. I don't carry around all the dates and times of what people tell me about what I thought was a particular, what I thought was mainly a family matter.
And if a minister was in strife and police investigating, why wasn't the Prime Minister told?
I don't tell the Prime Minister absolutely everything about every member of Parliament, and he's got enough on his mind at the moment.
Fair go.
An unwanted possible frontbench reshuffle will now also weigh on Scott Morrison's mind over summer. The Coalition's 2 days consumed by textual antics and Hong Kong dinner dates have doubled as a convenient publicity screen over Labor's national conference. And the contrast couldn't be starker. Here, a party's contained open division and hostile debate, getting itself in order for what most members and delegates believe will be a shortened Labor government within months.
We do not intend to fail or disappoint the Australian people. We are ready to earn the trust of the Australian people at the next election.
Between honouring former Prime Ministers,
We are Labor.
its final day was spent corralling consensus on Labor's core agenda, industrial relations.
Kill a worker!
Agreement was found on broad settings for pay and job security. And if it wasn't enough for the union movement, it's biding its time.
The trade union movement is the early warning sign for this country. We are the earthquake centres in the ocean that feel the tremors before they reach the shores.
The clarion call sounded. Volume to be adjusted. Greg Jennett, ABC News, Adelaide.